Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of This Week Reselling.
After dark.
What?
After dark.
What? We're here joined by Amanda and Bob, Rocket City Resellers / Fiona Fines. So, something that I really wanted to ask you guys is, selling Plush, selling Fisher Price Little People. Give us some juicy, what were some of the biggest sales? What's some of the biggest Plush things that you found? What are some Little People to look out for? Because I feel like recently Little People have just been blowing up.
TikTok has blown it out of the water. And now everybody
Barbie
wants
Little People, NFL Little People. It's like they're starting to get all these licensing. Exactly.
Mm-hmm. I have some Barbie ones. I think I showed them to you. I have Barbie ones.
Yes,
that I think Ray gave to me when we went to Lucky Buckets, Lucky
Bundles
for
$1.
But yeah, 50 cents.
50 cents.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us give us some value. What do we need to look out for next time we're at the garage sale, the bins, Joe's basement,
Joe's garage?
Well, as far as Plush.
Well, she's talking Little People.
Oh, Little People. Okay.
Or Little People, whatever. Plush, Little People, both.
We'll take bolos.
I will say, just like with anything, look for the sidekicks, the ones that are not common. I think all Little People you should just pick up regardless. But holiday is very hot. It's hard to find. They're very expensive. Clip clops right now. If you look
say
it up
that again. What is it?
Clip clop.
Do you have one where you can show?
Flip flop.
I don't know what flip flops.
No, they're next to you.
Clip-clop.
It's in the bottom drawer. So they're Disney, and basically they're riding a horse, and they go clip clop, clip the other one on the bottom.
Oh, they legit make noise.
Yeah, and so they're very high right now. They have they just slide down this ramp, a castle. Belle has one. It's attached to her. It should be right in the middle.
Isn't this funny that there's a whole subcategory of people that collect weird stuff?
This one will go for $35.
Is that Prince?
Yes, it's Cinderella's Prince.
I've never seen that or heard of that.
No idea.
But see the idea of it when it goes. See, can you hear it? So
yeah.
And there's a Belle's Cottage where she also has a clip clop slide. So all the princesses are on a clip clop. Very expensive. Mike the Knight is also a clip clop. He's just a knight, but he's also sought after. For some reason, it blew up on TikTok. All these moms recently who have littles are talking about how they've thrifted Little People, what they're finding, and it's just blown up. And so because of that, supply and demand has made it so these are hard to purchase or hard to find because people are selling them for.
But what about the older, the ones that we had when we were little? Are
right,
those
little round fat ones?
Do you do those also, or just the modern?
I do have some of those as well. I should probably list those versus selling them on Whatnot. But I took everything off because there was such a demand for it on Whatnot. And like I said, we started selling Little People on here the summer of 2024. And we built such a following that it's incredible.
Crazy.
I collect weird things nobody wants, like the Energizer Bunny and the card box. That's the thing.
I know we have both of those.
Yeah. Things nobody wants these things.
Weird Plush.
But weird sells.
I didn't know that Ty had an Energizer Bunny. I thought it was Energizer Bunny branded by Energizer.
Ty does Disney too. Ty's in it all. They've all crossed.
Talk about licensing.
Yeah.
Licensing is key. If you can
a lot of collaborations going on there, huh?
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome.
So the clip clops, what about just a normal little person? Fisher Price
a community person, probably not. I don't okay, hold on, I'll show you this.
Oh, the community people, like police officers, fire.
Or, someone that's maybe the badge.
They're down.
It's after dark. It's okay.
This is a generic prince and princess, and it has building blocks. there's an Avon one that was an Avon exclusive partnership with Fisher Price, as well as this one. So I could probably sell this for starting bid for $30 on Whatnot, and I could probably sell it for twice as much of that on eBay. So, and the other thing you want to look at when you're buying stuff like this is a sticker condition. See how there's like no peeling or cracking? That's another thing you want to look for too. But there are people out there that do remake those stickers. I have somebody that I can reach out to if that was kind of damaged, and she could just make me a new one.
Yeah. So they do for Lego sets too.
Right.
You can get like a new sticker for a Lego set that's tore up. Oh, okay.
I would also look out for anything holiday. Disney, Pixar, Cars, the wheelies, money right now. Right now I have a Disney Cars garage, but I don't have wheelies to go with it. Any wheelie will do, but the Disney wheelies are also really hot right now. So basically a wheelie is...
I feel like Cars, anything is money.
Yeah.
This
It's
is
probably Stitch. Stitch has been hot.
This is a wheelie, but they have Disney themed ones, and these are really hot. There's also one that is pink, and she has like a little cat on her hood. She went for $30-something in someone's Whatnot show. So I would just say, if you don't know much about it, just grab it regardless, because there's been times where we've grabbed stuff, which Bob can talk about that. He sold a Build-A-Bear for $700.
Okay, so yeah, I want to know what your hot Plush is, because I've never sold a Build-A-Bear for
Yeah. So tell us, because Kristen's be at the bins selling Nightmare Before Christmas stuff for $65 for $1. That's worth like $70.
Weight Watchers, $50 plush, $2.
Right.
If it's a character or something that you recognize from pop culture, obviously Google image it before you go live. So have a separate pile of that stuff.
I literally pull it out of the bin, show it to
as
you.
you're doing it. Then we're just going to have to be okay with that business model.
I'm okay with it. It's okay.
Oh, I found the Build-A-Bear at
A local Christian thrift store.
I think so, a local Christian thrift store.
But what kind of Build-A-Bear?
It was a pink patchwork puppy.
Yep, it was an online exclusive. We didn't know.
Oh.
At the time, he was really interested in Build-A-Bears for whatever reason. He was in a Build-A-Bear group on Facebook, and he saw just the demand for them. I'll say that. Like an obsession. Yeah, bonding, like people. Yes.
There's a
market for it.
Marketplace for we'll call it. We can talk about it now. It's after dark.
Yeah.
Furries, right? People that dress up like
furries. Yeah. Dude, I saw a video of a furry beating up another dude. It was crazy.
People.
I was at a dental convention that was also the same hotel at the same time as a furry convention, and that was the first time that I had no idea that this was a thing, and I was like, oh my gosh,
Kristen, which convention were you there for?
The furry one.
Dental convention. I was there for a dental convention, and there was the lobby. You had to walk through the lobby at the same time. So my dentists were walking through, and they were like,
"Oh wow,
yeah."
Yeah, I mean, it's a thing.
Yeah. So when he was like into Build-A-Bears and he saw that they would sell for money, we would just pick them up all the time. And anytime we saw them, not the basic ones where it's like, like the $10 Build-A-Bear.
Sometimes those do though, because they're older.
Sometimes they do. Well, parents will buy the basic bear and spend the money on the accessories, right? So he picked it up. And he was actually watching a Rebel the Reseller YouTube video. And she was saying, hey, a couple months away is Valentine's. Get your Valentine's Day stuff out. Get it listed. And someone posted that this particular...
I think I was just comping before listing. Now you look at solds and you go in and see, sell-through rate and all that stuff. And I happened to Google image and I started getting worth point. When you start Google imaging something and worth point comes up, you need to take a second look, right?
Yeah.
Because 9 times out of 10, it's going to be worth, a little bit of money. So, and I was shocked. There was sold comps for $1,200.
Yep.
For this particular Build-A-Bear.
Yeah. So it's a pink puppy and it has patchwork on it, and the patchwork has like little stitching coming out of it. It's very, very cute. And I think it also has a heart patch over its eye, if I remember correctly. But he listed it for $1,200 on Macari, and it sat for a couple days, and then somebody I think they
bought it on eBay actually, but they were also part of a Facebook group.
He reduced the price and it sold for $700.
And I happened to post it on the Facebook group that it did sell eventually, and the person that bought it was like, "Hey, it was me."
Yep, it's that one right there.
The second
I'm searching it too.
One.
Yep.
This one?
Yeah, but that's it.
But without the t-shirt?
Yep, it was naked.
That one?
Yep.
That's crazy.
So we sold that for $700.
And again, depending on like when you do it, we happen to sell it during tax season.
Yeah.
And I think that's what helped, quite honestly.
Yeah.
Personally, is what I think. But it could just be that person that it was there desperately in search of, that they needed to have, likely right buyer, right time.
Yeah, the FOMO.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of this is right buyer, right time. So there is some luck to it.
I found. So now I'm going to tell this story if it's okay. I told it last year at the reseller meetup, and I was called a bad reseller. And this is one of those learning curves, right? This is what happens. So I was at the bins and I found a Five Nights at Freddy bear, and it was right when Five Nights at Freddy was getting hot again.
The movie came out and a bunch of stuff.
And it was one that had a purple bow tie and a purple top hat, not the black. And I guess this one was much more sought after. I listed it for $65 and it sold within 5 minutes. And somebody offered me $300 for it.
They messaged us.
Oh no! So you canceled the sale?
I did, and I was
terrible.
Like, it lacked for better words. I was like holding on to my, you know what, because I couldn't believe it, and I was like, oh my god. So I said, well, somebody offered me $310. Will you do $315? And they said, yep. So I selfishly canceled it, relisted it, and they bought it. Now I don't suggest doing that. What I do suggest is do your research and be thorough, because obviously I wasn't, and that was a lesson learned. I have not done that since, and I never will do that again. If I guess my loss is your gain. So don't be greedy. And that's another reason why we're not, because that was a lesson learned, but it was found at the bin. So I probably paid not even 75 cents for it.
Yeah. My average cost of goods is like 16 cents or something.
Yeah. I found it was a bear too, and it was like a Hot Topic exclusive, whatever. It was just a bear, the regular tie. And I think I sold the thing for like $95. Yeah,
I found, I think it was at Berry Hill. I also found a St. Louis. So St. Louis Zoo has a Build-A-Bear pop-up in it. Yeah. So they're exclusive to what Build-A-Bear doesn't have. So I found a fox and I sold it to somebody in Australia for $200. So you just never know. You just never know.
There's fans everywhere because
it's the FOMO. I really feel like it's having something that you can't get. I mean, I still, after 2 years, almost 3 years, can't figure it out either.
Oh yeah.
I can't imagine getting my tax refund and be like, you know what, I'm going to buy
a Build-A-Bear.
Right?
Well, it's like anything you collect. Ray knows Pokemon, right? You collect that. There's people that want certain cards, and there's an audience for it. And it's just like anything, right?
It's the value. What do you value? What do you you know what I mean?
When I get my money, I'm going to buy me a nice bag, nice purse. Some people are about it, but I probably would not buy a plush.
No.
A Lego.
Oh, those are cool. I wish we still had our son's minifigures. Oh my god, we gave them away.
Amanda used to get the displays
my daughter's Pokemons. I used to get the
displays. I used to get the displays from Target for free.
I used to have 3 binders of Pokemon, all holographic and all Japanese and stuff, and I gave them all away.
Yeah.
My kids will remind me, I had an original Charizard and it was in that binder and you sold it for $5 at a yard sale. And I was like, I didn't.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Go find a time machine, gal.
Yep.
And then I can tell you, Etsy's been really good to us too. I also, not just the Fisher Price Little People, I also do the Fisher Price Loving Family, which is vintage.
Yeah.
Which is so great. Those sell really well. We did sell a mansion, full collapsible mansion with 38 pieces for $450. And on Etsy, we have it set up where anything over $35 is free shipping. So we incorporated the shipping as best we could into that. Yeah. And I think we ended up making $2 or $3 after fees and everything. that I bought the house at Goodwill for $5, and then I just pieced pieces as I found it,
Oh.
So it was possible.
Bob, do you care if we start a new segment? Kristen Snack Time presented by Jadens.
I said go for it.
Wait, why do we have to ask Bob?
Yeah.
It's the Bob Show today.
It's the Bob Show today. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Kristen Snack Time presented by Jadens Printer.
I support it. I need a little like
we need a music.
I know.
Yeah. Some sort of generic ding 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 ding.
Yeah, we'll get it. What about
I love it.
This?
No, that's Ken's music.
No, that's Ken's.
We'll get it.
We'll get it.
Well, speaking of Ken,
it's perked up somewhere. Like,
SSK promo.
SSK promo.
Oh.
So
Kristen, snack time with Kristen.
Did you guys get? Do you have your boxes with you, Joe? What's his name?
I'll go get mine. I'll go get
John
from
John Clutch. He sent us all boxes of snacks. So I've been munching on. Ray, you said you got some of these.
I did. These are great.
Yeah, they're
Bob
fruit
loves
snacks.
Mamba.
Yeah, I'm all about a fruit snack. These are good. I've been eating these, but I want to open these.
Oh, I thought they said Mamba. My bad.
Jamba. Only the Jamba juice.
I'm gonna open these. Did you guys get any of these?
So is this all like multicultural stuff from different places?
It is. And he sent us a box of them of stuff that he sells on his Whatnot shows.
Mm-hmm.
This one is honey butter flavored potato chips.
Honey butter flavored potato chips.
Have you guys seen the queso Doritos that they have out right now? They're limited time only. Oh my, they're good. If you can, they look like 4th of July. It's a white bag. If you find them, grab them.
Listen, here's what I know about weird snacks or seasonal snacks or limited edition snacks. They also sell on eBay. So
yeah, for like 3 times the price.
Chip.
What is it? Honey buttered?
Yeah. Yeah.
Scale of 1 to 10.
3.
What does it taste like?
It tastes like honey butter flavored potato chips. It reminds me of like honey peanuts, whatever. Only
it doesn't taste like a biscuit.
Potato chip. Actually, the more I eat them, the more I don't hate them.
Are they salty?
Yeah, they're salty, but they're sweet. Not like a chocolate covered potato chip, but more like a honey roasted peanut potato chip. No peanut, just, you know what I mean? They're actually, the more I eat it, the better it is. Mm-hmm.
So a 4.
So
4.5.
If you see them next week, are you going to buy a bag because you're like, oh yeah, I'll get them again?
No.
Okay.
But I do think
still eating them though, guys. Did you see that?
I do think it's fun to try them.
3.
Yeah.
What brand are those?
I like potato chips though. I mean, I like the way that they're Lay's crispy-ish. I just don't love I want spicy potato chips. I feel like
ooh, yeah.
Kristen, what brand were those?
No brand.
Calbee.
Oh, see, okay, I got the pizza ones. Pizza potatoes.
See,
try them.
Sound good.
Try them, Brendan.
Yeah, let's eat that.
But
I'm gonna go back to the fruit snacks.
Yeah, the fruit snacks are fire.
Those are good.
Try them, Brendan.
The only reason I haven't tried them yet is because I can review them. I can review them on Amazon, and these on Amazon, just this one bag was $40.
Ooh.
Really?
Wow.
See, I ordered some turtle chips from him because I don't know if you guys have had the turtle chips or not, but they are delicious. They're so good. They're like crack. You got to have more. They're so good.
Made from real turtle.
Tortoises, sea turtles.
Turtle shell.
I do think so.
We got some. What did we get yesterday? Let me go get them. These ranch puff things. Oh my god.
Yeah.
They're so good.
Well, guys, this was Snack Time with Kristen, brought to you by Jadens. Guys, if you want to go and get the best, most affordable printer or labels, go to Jadens.com, use the code Squirrel Squad, You're going to get how much? 15? 10?
I think it's 15. Yeah, it might be 20, but I think it's 15.
100% off.
But it also counts for your labels. So if you already have a label maker and you don't have a Jadens, but you should get a Jadens, the labels are also at a discount, which that never happens. I want discount on my supplies.
There you go. That was snack time with Kristen.
I love that picture.
There you go. I am a customer of Jadens. I'm a customer of Jadens, and I enjoy the thermal printer. Matter of fact, I had an unfortunate event with one, and it stopped working, and I bought another one. That's how much I loved it.
Yeah, my daughter comes over, and she sells on Depop sometimes, and she just comes over and wirelessly, boom, it on my printer just spits out her labels, which I think is great.
Bluetooth. If you're not on Wi-Fi, if you're doing this from a storage location that has Bluetooth capability, and you can print anywhere, that has power. So even from your car, if you have an inverter.
Yes, it's awesome. I love it.
I've been needing to upgrade because I still have a Rolo, but it's not wireless. So like sometimes I forget to unplug it from my computer, and then I yank it off the shelf. Put away it.
And doesn't Rolo get kind of weird if you don't use somebody else's labels or something?
Sometimes it'll spell like, because I use the UPS ones, and sometimes it'll spit like two of them out. One would be blank.
I have used like labels from Office Max and stuff because I like ran out and I was in a jam, so I had to go get some for $30 or $40 at Office Max, and they work in this printer. I've used Rolo ones that I have found at the bins. I've used unbranded ones that I have found at the bins, and it makes I do these little dots and I put them on my packages because they say proudly shipped in recycled packaging. I don't know what kind of thermal printers labels they are, but they run in my machine and I've never had trouble with it. So
we get them free from USPS.
Yeah,
UPS, sorry.
I get mine too.
I don't use those because I don't ship UPS.
You don't have to because only the backs say UPS, so when you peel it off, it's still blank.
Yeah, I think it's just a thing for me. I don't feel good about using it because I don't use them.
That's fair.
I just don't.
That's fair.
So I buy mine.
Yeah. Joe, what questions do you have for Amanda and Bob?
Yeah. So, Plush, do you have any creepy Plush where you got to like turn him around because he's just staring at you all the time, or put him in a separate box?
Or jumps off the shelf?
Yes. Moves. Anything like that? Do you have any?
I mean, we have those.
Or even toys other than Plush.
Yeah, we do a little bit of horror Plush because there's a huge market for horror. If you can get it, I think there are opportunities for, like, I've seen people sell like a bag of dolls' heads, that type of thing, on eBay. The weird and obscure, like glass eyeballs in a jar type of thing.
We don't have those. Like,
we don't do that type of niche down stuff.
We have Pennywise. We have Pennywise, and we have some Chucky door greeters, and we have a Chucky Funko up there. But I will say the strangest thing we ever sold, not the
creepiest.
So Bob says weird sells all the time.
Yeah,
like when we're out, weird sells. So to go back to your furry, Bob found
not my furry, Kristen's furry.
I'm just, Bob found a fox plush with a question mark on its head. We're like, what? Forehead. Yeah, we're like, what is that? So when I finally got to taking photos of it and going to list it, and I Google imaged it, turns out there is a furry box subscription that you can get if you're into that.
Of course,
and it was the promo plush inside the furry box subscription box.
But why was there a question mark?
And it sold for how much?
It was like $35, $40.
$35, $40.
And it was probably like this big. It was just a fox with a question mark on it.
She told me at the bins, absolutely not, put that thing back. And I said, no, this is it. That's the one that the line in the sand. The one I was just like, that's my win for the day.
Without knowing what it was.
If you're married, you know.
It's like, do you want to make $40 or not?
Right. That's the kind of thing that, like, if Angie Resells would have sold that, she would have Googled Google Earth their house to make sure there wasn't like some creepy basement in that house. She would do that.
Yeah. So I mean, there are things like that pop up all the time. The creepy, obscure.
Yeah.
The why am I even looking at this type of stuff?
And then we do pick up the occasional Funko Pops too that are kind of horror like because people like that.
Right. But do you have one that's so creepy that you got to turn them around because you just can't have them looking at you, or put them in a box somewhere?
Well,
Joe, are you asking if it's haunted? He wants to know if you have a spirit vessel at your house.
Spirit vessel in it.
I do that with my Pimps of Ken because I just can't. I can't handle that. I got to turn them around.
No, I've heard that from other resellers though, like where there's a doll and they feel like that there's a spirit attached to, like an Annabelle type of situation.
Oh,
you know.
But we personally don't have anything like that.
We steer away from the dolls.
I think the most voodoo thing we've ever had is a damn it doll.
We do have a voodoo doll in our possession though.
Is that Daniel Tiger?
I have one.
What is that?
I have a spirit vessel. Spirit vessel.
That's right.
Is that Commonwealth?
Yeah. This one definitely. It moves all the time.
No, it's Enema.
It moves all the time.
Which one do you have, Kristen? Which one is that one?
Well, I had a different one he gave to me when we were at the meetup. But
he gave you the new one?
Yeah, but he wanted to give one away on one of our Dibdit shows, and he's like, I don't have one. I was like, I have one. He says he's going to replace it. I haven't seen it yet, though.
Did you guys ever get one of these?
No.
No, I didn't buy one.
We got one. I don't know who we gave it to. I think we gave it to Angie.
Those are cute.
First of all, how do
That's a whatnot plush, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They had a show where they just sold a whole bunch of them, didn't they?
I bought like 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah, I didn't get one. I didn't have any money at the time, so I didn't buy any.
Wait, I thought you were rolling in money.
Yeah, no. I'm always stressing about.
Okay.
I put so much of it away, and
yeah, that's smart.
I can't remember what. Oh, there we go. Give 10, get 10. They give this too. I don't know what was in it. It's empty now, but I can't remember what was in it.
I feel like when you hit 1K in sales, you should get one of those W plushies.
Right?
Agreed.
I mean,
something.
I'm all for the instant payout. Love it. Appreciate it. But I want a plushie now.
I want the gold watch. Yeah.
Listen, you get the watch, I get the plushie. We'll just,
wait, a gold.
We'll call it even.
Yeah. Or if we get the opposite, I'll send you that. I just want the plushie.
Okay.
So Amanda, Bob,
your question, we don't have anything creepy like that.
Where do you get all your stuff? For someone that wants to get into plush, are we bins? Are we bins people? Is that the best place to source plush?
I think that obviously if you have children and they're past the point of their age group for their toys, start there and resell those. But if you're gonna do the business model like we do, bins is your best opportunity because it's your greatest return on investment, right?
The sheer volume
you can get, and at the price point you can get it.
And if you do go to your bins, make sure you pay attention to what it is price per pound, because we actually do have a bins here in Madison, Alabama. But you have to buy 25 pounds in order to get the reduced rate of the per pound price.
I've seen bins like that. Yeah.
Some bins are like that. And that sucks if there's not enough sourcing available. You don't find enough stuff, you just got to start putting random stuff in there just to get that. But we source in Nashville and we are able to go to both bin locations. We also have quite a bit of thrift stores here, and a lot of them are Christian based, not just Goodwill. So we are able to keep our costs low there too, because they do not charge you a lot of money like you do when you go to Goodwill. It's like you're paying retail prices, right? Also, I really think it's beneficial to talk to the people that work there. Let them know what you're doing. I mean, not necessarily say I'm a reseller. There is a couple that we do shop at Savings Ways here. They know that we are licensed foster parents. They know that we are resellers, and they know why we resell. Obviously, at this point, it's become much bigger than that. So they usually give us a deal and give us plush 4 or 5 for $1, no matter the size.
Yeah.
So I really think it's beneficial to have those conversations. Be transparent if you feel like it's appropriate, because you never know. If you don't ask, you don't know, right? The other day we went to, do you guys ever go to those booth stores? those booth stores where they have people have booths set up and you can buy their stuff. Okay. So we have a lot of those down here in Alabama. And we went to one the other day because this lady had Build-A-Bears. And I was like, can you ask her how much she would take for all of them? Because they were like $5 and $10. And I'm like, that's too much out of our price range. So the lady called her and she said she'd be willing to sell them to us for $3 a piece, which is what we don't pay more than $3, especially if it has clothes on it, because we usually sell them separately. We're going to meet her next Saturday. She has over 200 Build-A-Bears. No idea what she has. Don't know. Plus she has accessories and clothes.
Well, here's sending the vibes that she gets that pink plush dog.
That's
right.
That's where she got that.
So now we're going to potentially pay $600+ right? But the return on that, we don't know what we're getting. There could be a banger in there. There could be several bangers in there. We don't know.
It's kind of like a lottery ticket. You're scratching.
But the risk may out, the reward may out. You know what I'm saying with the risk.
You got to pay to play though.
But if I hadn't asked, that opportunity wouldn't have presented itself. So I think that's another thing too. Have conversations. Don't be afraid to ask. And just because this says $10, would you take $7? That's what Whatnot's about, right? Do it in the real world too. You just don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You just don't know.
Ask.
See, I'd be like, it's $10. Would you take 11?
Of course.
And then sell it for 8.
Yeah. The other thing too is when you meet someone, you want to pay up a little bit when you first meet someone and you're having an interaction. That way they can take you as a serious buyer and also have that same conversation. Hey, when anything else comes through your store that's
keep related, us in mind.
Hey, would you mind just keeping us in mind? Here's my card.
Yeah.
Or here's my number. Formulate your relationships early on and don't be afraid to have that conversation. I jokingly say that Amanda is the mayor. She hasn't met a stranger. She's one of those type of people, and I love her for it. And one of the reasons why I married her 10 years ago.
Come on,
our anniversary is next month. So.
Congratulations!
Awesome. But
that's what I was gonna ask. That I was like, on the last episode, are you guys doing anything for your 1-year anniversary on Whatnot?
We already did our 1K follower, and we did our one.
Well, it happened to coincide where we were on Whatnot for a year. We also hit our 1K and also hit our 1K followers.
Yeah,
as well.
So we did it all.
So, and Amanda, by the way, did it in 6 months. What took us a year to do together, she did in 6 months on her own.
That's awesome. Good for you.
I love it.
Thank you. It was a grind. Let me tell you. Like I was selling a lot of things for $1, but again, it's one of those things where we buy in such high volume. I feel like we're gonna eat it now, but it'll pay off later. So, but I really do believe you should. And let me tell you, just because I asked doesn't mean I got what I was hoping for. There's been times we've been told no. You will be told no.
Right.
But if you don't ask, you don't know. So.
Would Gretzky say that you miss 100% of the shots you don't take?
That's right.
Right. So
that's right.
I mean, just because I tell you that's how it might not work like that for you, but you don't know unless you ask or just say something, And a lot of times, I don't know about you guys, but we buy Plush in such, mass volumes, right? Like, I don't know, let's just say you sell cups and you have a whole, people are always like, what are you doing? Why are you buying so much?
Yeah.
Like we get that a lot as resellers, and I mean we're usually together, so it's not as
some outlandish stuff.
It's not as creepy. I was with Christine from Gulf Coast Pickers when she was here, and we said we like to role play with them, and they just looked at us because, like, why do you ask? Like, I mean, I
tell people I'm making a documentary, or I've told them that I'm making a horror film, and the main character is going to jump out of the plush. I've said some outlandish stuff.
But we basically
just to kind of keep things joking and kind of just keep it moving because it's ridiculous.
Yeah. Or we just resort to we're foster parents. We're like, oh, that's so great. Just keep it moving.
Or their dog toys.
Keep it moving.
Yeah.
So those are ones that don't have beans in them. Joe doesn't like beans in his dog toys.
He does not.
Nope.
Can't have that.
Frijoles. Well, guys, thank you all so much for coming on. Again, make sure all their information is going to be down. Yeah, this was fun. This was fun. Make sure to follow them on Whatnot, their new podcast.
We don't give a flip.
They don't
give a flip, ladies
July
and
10th,
gentlemen.
8 p.m. Eastern.
There you go. And there you
It's
go.
gonna
There
be
you go.
hurting.
Yep. And it's not just us. It's also Gulf Coast Pickers and West Virginia Panhandle Pickers that are on it as well.
Ooh, I love that. I love that. We need to figure out something. Our 1-year anniversary is coming up. So we need to
It feels like it's been 10 years.
I know.
Right?
Figure that out. So just saying. But guys, thank you all so much for coming on. Make sure you follow them on all their socials. We'll list everything down in the description below. And yeah, my name is Ray.
Kristen.
I'm Brandon.
I'm Joe.
Joe.
And we are Rocket City Resellers.
There you go. We'll catch you guys on the flip side. See y'all and God bless. Peace.